Dumb, cool,
weird
podcast. All right. So, welcome to the Dumb, Cool, Weird podcast. And today we are talking to the Wingman of the Year.
Yep.
Mr. Hunter himself.
That's right. Yeah, Wingman of the Year. I'm the Wingman of the Year 2011, founder of Wingman of the Year.
Okay. Yeah, go into that a little bit. We'd like to know a little bit more about that.
You want me to dive into it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Wingman of the Year, it's a digital media company founded by myself. There's about 6 content creators on board over here. But really, we're just trying to put, some good energy out there, living the wingman lifestyle. I'd call it a lifestyle brand. That's what a lot of people do.
Okay.
And we make content about being a wingman. And what being a wingman is, it can mean anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think when you think of being a wingman? Let me ask you that.
I think about a guy who's just hanging out with his buddy and trying to make a good impression so he can get laid.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too. I mean, I've been a wingman many times in my life, so I've had experience with that. So.
Okay, well, yeah, that's generally what people think of. So you hit the nail right on the head right there. I'd say you two were wingmen for each other, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we went out a couple months ago. We don't go out very often because he's married, so he doesn't do it as much. But whenever we went out one time and we were hanging out and there was these 2 foreign ladies there at this bar we have nearby over here in Atlanta called Church, and they kind of wanted to come home with us. So, but he didn't want to do it because
Well, obviously because I'm married.
So yeah.
So you brought them both home.
At the moment I was really, really intoxicated. I was like super, super wasted. So I didn't think I was like in the right state of mind to do it at the moment.
You asked me to go to the gas station with you so we could help you get you more beer and corn nuts.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I was pretty intoxicated.
Corn nuts.
Yeah, corn nuts.
Classic.
Yeah. So
greatest drunk snack.
Well, see,
ever.
so the point is, everybody's got a wingman story, and that's what we try to highlight over here, me and my team. And that's the general sense of what a wingman is. It usually is, helping your buddy pick up a girl at the bar. But we're also trying to convey that anyone could be a wingman. A girl can be a wingman. You know what I mean? It could. Your parents can be wingmen. It could be anyone.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's it's all about being a good person at the end of the day. So that's what my brand is, and that's what we try to do over here.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I was.
We try.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool.
Some wholesome stuff right there.
Yeah, the whole wingman thing. It kind of reminds me of you've seen Chappelle's show, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that segment he had called "Great Moments in Hookup History"? I feel like that's kind of I feel like that's kind of what you guys are, but y'all have taken it and made it into a brand. That's hilarious to me.
I like it.
Somebody hasn't done it yet, but I mean, but no, that I can't remember. I remember that segment, but I can't remember.
It was just
the actual segment. Yeah,
the segment was just about basically impossible odds. Like Chappelle was in, where he was he there was no way he was going to get laid, and somehow he made it happen, even though the odds were against him.
Shoot,
that's fucking great. I gotta go back and watch some of those. Maybe we could clip some of those for content.
Oh yeah,
that'd be hilarious.
Shoot, my life is just the dude's night out clip that he did where everyone's getting shit housed.
Oh yeah,
and being degenerates outside.
Yeah, that's pretty good too. Yeah, we watched some of your content though. We like what y'all are doing. Y'all kind of have a bit of I don't want to say like Steven Crowder type thing, but y'all definitely have like a kind of in your face. Y'all go to events and y'all just stick a microphone in people's faces, and I love that shit. That shit makes me laugh so fucking hard. Especially the one where y'all are interviewing
your phone.
The mother and the daughter who have OnlyFans accounts.
Do you need a?
Oh yeah, on our podcast
I'm gonna
over on Winging It.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was you can still hear me, right?
Oh yeah, he just got to plug in the phone real quick. Yeah, 'cause it's about to die. He just realized that.
Good.
But yeah, go on. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, we that was our latest podcast and whatnot. We do a couple different kinds of pieces of content. We do the podcast. We'll go out to bars and interview drunk people, and I'll tell you what, drunk people love a camera and microphone in their face. They'll say just about anything.
I worked at a liquor store.
I think that
and that would have been great.
Crowder reference is the first one ever for that.
Really?
But Oh, we lose you?
All right, just a second.
Technical difficulties.
Technical
Don't
difficulties.
usually happen very often.
Yeah, this is rare.
So there you go.
No worries.
Back. Cool. All right. There you go.
There we go. Yep. So yeah, the I just enjoy when you see people kind of get in other people's faces and try to get like some questions out of them. Just a pure look of shock in somebody's face when they get a microphone.
Oh, well, they want to get on the camera. These people, I go out, I'll interview like one person. Like I'll go out with one of my wingmen, I'll interview them real quick, like my wingmen, and people just start coming up. Hey, what are you guys doing? You guys YouTubers? We're like, yeah, we're whatever you want us to be, man. And then they're like, can we get interviewed next? They fucking love it. It's like they just flock to it, especially the girls. They love the microphone. Half of them will be like, can you delete that after? I'm like, you son of a fucking bitch. But
Well, do y'all ever get like release forms or anything for some of these people?
no, I feel we're very early on in it. That's been a topic of discussion, but we probably should.
Yeah, that way a girl can be like, "Can you delete that?" No, we're not. Because he got a release form from him. So.
Yeah, I think we'll generally, if they ask us to delete it, I think that's a general rule of thumb with like reposting stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, if they ask to delete it, you know?
Well,
it'd be one thing if it's like sponsored content and whatnot.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
That'd be...
Yeah, I know whenever you do like content out in a like public area, as long as you have signage that says we are filming, and if you walk in this area, you might be on film. It's actually totally legal for you to still use them even if they don't sign a release form, because it's a public area and you have signage. Because I work in the film industry, so I know stuff like this. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, we just kind of wing it, and like I said, that's the name of my podcast. That's the whole.
You wing it.
Fucking
just
film,
winging it.
ask for forgiveness later.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had any problems yet, but if somebody asks us to delete something, we're good wingmen. We do it. We're not out here to ruin anyone's life or anything. So we generally know, if we got a hit piece of content or not. But yeah, I think the Steven Crowder comparison was funny as shit.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Well, it just made me think, because that's what Steven does. He goes and he just does random ass shit where he just shows up and like he didn't he like infiltrate?
He infiltrated Antifa before, but then he also infiltrated a fat phobia. I was gonna say a body positivity movement, and actually wrote a whole essay about obesity being healthy, and it was like actually peer reviewed by dietitians and everything, and people who are part of that movement.
Yeah, and he said it went through the stages of peer review and actually made it to the very end before it got shot down.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But he made it so far, which is actually kind of interesting still.
Yeah, I know he does the, Change My Mind, where he sits down.
Yeah, goes to a college
Those
campus.
are funny. He has his facts locked and loaded, though. I can't do that. I think he's super fucking smart. I can't talk like that. I just ask dumb questions like, hey, how drunk are you tonight?
Yeah.
And you get funny off that. I'm nothing groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It works for the internet.
Well, when did y'all get started? Was it like a couple years ago, or?
The idea was a couple years ago. We really only got... So today's actually the 1 year anniversary of our first vlog that we ever dropped.
Okay.
Nice.
So go back, watch that. There's some funny parts in there, but we've gotten so much better and whatnot just over the past year. But a little over a year and a half, I think we started the website. But it's been a work in progress, man. I was active duty in the Navy a year and a half ago when I started this, so I could barely post shit online and whatnot. So it was tough. I'm out now.
He's military too. He was in.
Oh, there we go. What's up, man?
Yeah. You're Big Daddy Navy. I'm Marine Corps.
There you go.
Yeah, and we actually
love it, right?
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's so true though, because I know my buddy had a whole YouTube page and everything, and he was worried about a lot of the stuff that he was like putting out there. So I think one of his things was, let's see how fast I could drink this 30 rack of White Claws.
Oh, he'd be a great wingman. He'd be great.
Great looking guy too. Unfortunately, he's not in the area, or we would have him on as well. But yeah, it's like we just connected right after I got out, and then we just started talking, and I was like, he was like, we were talking a lot, and this could make like a really good podcast.
Yeah, because we have long conversations on the phone sometimes that go for like an hour, and I was like, we should do that. We should make this into a podcast. We should try to monetize this somehow. Because as a filmmaker, it's my filmmaking career is going pretty decent, but I was like, there's got to be a way we can do something on the regular, and I thought a podcast would be cool. And we kind of copied Joe Rogan's podcast a little bit. So we do full episodes, and then we do clips every day, kind of like he does, and I like that formula he's got. It seems like it's a pretty successful formula, so that's kind of how we kind of roll with it. And eventually, when we get to this episode of eventually we'll get to the part where we're going to do clips of this, and we'll have clips of us talking, and it'll be kind of like like Joe Rogan's podcast, where we'll pick parts of the episode that talk about a certain type of subject, and we'll put it on there. So,
do you just do the clips on YouTube, or are you doing them on like social media too?
So we have a social media solution, like a bot that basically, like, it's called Buffer. I'm sure you've heard of Buffer. And it's where you can schedule posts. So basically what will happen is I'll post to YouTube, but we also have a Rumble too. We also post to Rumble. Rumble's a pretty good
I haven't even checked that one out in a while.
Yeah, well, basically we post those two things, and then they get shared. We schedule it where it gets shared on our social media. So yeah, that's kind of how we do it. And we release a clip every day, and then we have other content that we sometimes release on other days. It just depends. But we're trying to have it where the YouTube algorithm is hearing from us like every single day at least, because I've done a lot of marketing. I work in a marketing department at my job. I direct marketing videos for a living. And from what I understand, the best way to get YouTube to recognize you is to post at least something every day. And that's why a lot of people who try to do YouTube never really make it. And what's cool about you guys is I don't know if you guys post every day, but at least you're posting often and frequently. Mm-hmm. And that's where a lot of creators make a lot of mistakes on YouTube, is they don't post often enough, So
no, I agree, and not to say that I'm like some big like YouTuber. We don't have like 1 million subscribers or anything, but the problem being a creator is you're spread so thin. There's like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, there's YouTube, and it's almost like some of the best people on each platform focus on that one. Like Mr. Beast, for instance, on YouTube, he's mastered that one platform. Naturally, he's bigger on other platforms too. But did you listen to him go on Joe Rogan?
Mr. Beast.
He just went on like 2-3 weeks ago.
So I don't always watch every full episode of Joe Rogan's podcast. Sometimes I'll check out the clips. The recent one I watched is when Bill Maher came on again and was talking about, Bill Maher is like talking about a lot of funny stuff. Bill Maher went from being like a liberal to more of a centrist nowadays because of the way he thinks about things. But no, I haven't seen that, but I'm definitely going to check it out now that you're talking about it.
I've seen some of Mr. Beast's content. I just didn't recognize, I'm just not recognizing the name, because I think I watched one of his videos where he put one of his friends in a makeshift prison, and we give him like 10 grand a day, like each day that he would survive, that he would stay in there. Wow. But he would take an item. Yeah, he does
all that stuff.
He would take an item out of there.
He recreated like Squid Games and shit. He does some crazy stuff. He was like the top YouTuber this year.
That guy. I saw the Squid Games thing that you're talking about. He recreated that. I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
He's like the biggest YouTuber right now. He was on Mr. Beast. He was on Joe Rogan. And he says like he was 11. He didn't know how to socialize. He couldn't talk to people. He'd be like scared talking to regular people unless they did YouTube too.
Wow.
And I think he's 24 and he's a fucking multi-millionaire. He might even be 23. And all he does is YouTube. That's all he thinks about. He doesn't like watch TV. He watches YouTube. He studies like whether it's the thumbnail or like. Wow. It's just crazy the science that goes behind it if you dedicate yourself to one thing, because if you look at a lot of YouTubers, they're not big on like Instagram, They might have like 100,000 subscribers, but then they got like 1,000 followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's like that with TikTok too. Like TikTok people only have like TikTok followers.
Yeah, so. My friend went viral. She went viral on TikTok. She has 500,000 followers on TikTok, but then you go to her other social media platforms like Instagram, and she barely has like 10,000 followers. So there's like a huge difference in viewership, I guess, on those two.
Makes you wonder where you strike gold on the formula. What works for you?
Yeah.
I'm always wondering how we're
Well,
going to
I think that's the hard part. How we got onto this is like everybody's spread so thin, especially as a creator. Everyone wants to be a creator nowadays. You know what I mean? But there's so many different things to focus on, and like when we're going to the podcast, that's the problem I'm having with promoting my podcast. Is that I don't like the clips that like come out of like Skype or Zoom. We use Zoom, right?
Yeah.
I don't like the quality that comes out because I can't put it on TikTok, and I noticed the views are down based on the quality. Like it looks good right now, right? But on the back end, it goes down to like 720 or 1080. You know what I mean? It's not going to be 4K. And people will swipe so quick because our minds are trained to just swipe on things. And if it's not high enough quality, if it looks like shit, they're not going to give you half a second even.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the problem I'm having. So I want to start doing my podcast in person. But with that, I lose bringing on guests and whatnot, which helps, which is good for YouTube because you get that SEO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can be like, oh, this person.
Yeah, and absolutely. And, like I own cinema cameras. I own 2 Pocket 6K Blackmagic cinema cameras. These are cameras I use to shoot movies, and that's what we record our podcast with. And then when we record a guest, I take your video and I put it, like if you're watching us like from the camera, you'd see us, and then we put you like right here. And so it kind of negates a little bit of how bad the quality of the video is coming from Skype. Because it's not blown up super big where you can see the imperfections of Skype's compression. And we have it a little bit smaller, so it's not as bad. And our video we record we record everything in 4K here. So
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But like, when like your guest or like I'm probably gonna be a little grainier than you guys because you guys are filming yourself separately.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's just the nature of the beast. I mean, obviously Joe Rogan's different because he has such a huge budget. He can just fly whoever the hell he wants out there.
Yeah, it's a huge advantage.
Yeah. So.
But if you do you guys use TikTok?
No.
We have a TikTok account and we thought about it, but we did a lot of research on TikTok and it kind of turned us off to TikTok.
Yeah. So. There's a lot of the fact that the Chinese government actually observes your TikToks, like a lot of your activity on TikTok. And what TikTok does is it interfaces with all of your other apps in your phone and learns secrets from you. In fact, they say is like once you've put TikTok on your phone, the only solution is afterwards is to change everything from inside of your phone, like all your passwords, even your bank accounts, and then throw away your phone.
And that's kind of why we kind of avoid TikTok, to an extent. But we've thought about maybe using TikTok in the future. We're just really skeptical about it right now.
Because probably have to put it on a different device altogether.
Yeah, so.
But the traffic over there is fucking insane though, because you have no followers and it'll show it to people. So the call to action over there is absolutely huge. Like we're starting to like just on our main Wingman of the Year account, not so much our podcast. We're starting to really fucking hit our stride. Like we got a video that just hit like 800,000 views. Me interviewing someone.
Oh, okay.
And just fucking.
Well,
we post another one. Maybe within half an hour, got 20,000 views.
Yeah, maybe we should think about that because I do have TikTok installed on my computer, and I have it encrypted on my computer. So maybe we could just make posts on the computer.
Maybe, and like I said though, is we get a burner phone.
Because listen,
I hope the Chinese are watching my content.
You know what I mean? It's like, yes, we're learning all of their secrets. These American podcasters are very dumb, but make a lot of money. I don't understand their ideas.
Well, that's cool. That's cool that you've had success. How often do y'all post on TikTok?
We fought with that algorithm so much because we're like, oh, this fucking, like I used to throw anything at it, like let's just post. We'd post anything, and we really didn't know who we were like a year ago, right? And we just figured this motherfucker out a little before St. Patrick's Day. Like I cleaned up some of our old posts. I just hit them, made them private.
Yeah,
and then we're just do the interview content with a microphone in people's face.
Yeah, what is the secret to TikTok? What is the secret to being successful on TikTok that you've learned?
I'm by no means a professional, but from what I've learned in the past 2 months, you got to do one thing. You can't be like, let's say you're putting your podcast clips on there, right? It'd be one if you're just doing podcast clips, just do your podcast clips.
Fair.
Then the algorithm knows you're a fucking podcast, and it's going to show you to people that like watching podcasts. But if you're posting podcasting clips and then, I don't know, you fucking knitting a blanket or something, and then you guys going out for ice cream or something, it's going to confuse it. It's going to show it to different people. Stick to one thing. Like, what are your guys' hobbies besides podcasting?
We go to the gym. I like, I make movies. I watch a lot of movies. I also, stuff like that.
So if you made movie content, just make movie content.
Okay.
And then you'll start picking up. It just wants that. But if you do something else, if you post like gym content after, that gym content's probably going to perform poorly because it knows who likes that content. It knows who likes movie content.
Okay.
The algorithm, it's scary how good it is. It knows who wants to watch the shit.
And how long can the videos be on there?
I think they're changing it to where you can go up to 10 minutes now, but I don't know why the hell they do that. They're smarter than I am, but I know it's at least 3 minutes.
Oh, cool. That's a good link for a lot of our clips. Some of our clips are like anywhere.
But the other tip is you gotta have a good fucking hook. Like literally, like don't wait 15 seconds to drop your bomb. You know what I mean? They need to know what they're gonna get. Like
so basically,
basically
pick the part of the clip where we kind of punch right in there and basically it's like right in their face already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like, hey, like I just interviewed that mother and daughter that did OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
That you want to hit them with that, and then they're hooked, or or I'm going to teach you something. Like people like to learn on there, so it's that short form content. They want to jump. Like you just got to keep them entertained, and like Mr. Beast talks about that too. That's the key with YouTube, but at a longer scale.
Yeah.
He does so many jump cuts with his editing, and there's a whole science behind it. It like keeps the person like staring at the screen for some reason.
Oh wow,
that's pretty cool.
Nah,
well, thanks for sharing the secrets of TikTok. I love that.
Well, now we know.
Yeah, I'm learning too, but
but you and so you use a lot of relevant like tags too for your stuff. Do you use like the same tags over and over again, or do you just try to?
I've been using Wingman of the Year lately because I've had success with that. But also those tags can confuse people too. Like if you're using those general ones.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, make sure it's in your niche. Like if you're doing movie making or something, put hashtag movie making or whatever it is.
Okay. All right.
And it'll find that niche because it's gonna throw it to wherever it thinks like people want to watch it. And the algorithm's got to learn who you are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, we'll definitely consider this because we have a lot of clips. We have like over 100 clips now. So maybe we could pull some stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're gonna switch things with our podcast over here. So we're gonna do a whole nother format, like probably do a couple in-person ones and then do some, because my co-host lives like 2 hours from me.
Oh wow.
And then we'll probably still do like Zoom calls where we have some guests come on, but we'll figure it out. Just change and adapt. That's how we do it over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you if y'all had a lot of success, what is the growth for the whole year? What has that been like? Like, has it been exponential or has it been like kind of a slow like pace?
Just as a whole, the business as a whole?
Yeah, the business as a whole.
It started super slow since we got in the new year. It's fucking really been turning up. We did our first Wingman of the Year contest. There's an actual award for this, right?
Oh, wow.
So in January, we had 12 contestants. We nominate these people, write blogs about them on our website, give them formal nominations on our Instagram, Twitter, and all that, and just shout outs and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
And then we had all these people. We did like a whole voting system. You could vote in multiple places, try to grow our other platforms and whatnot. And we got it down to 12 people. And then a kid from Indiana, high schooler, senior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, ended up becoming our first Wingman of the Year since we've started the company.
That's nice.
I love it.
Yeah, so he's the first one. We got Hall of Fame section on our website. So that kid, he's the first one. So he's tied in with our company forever.
I love it.
We're looking for the next.
Looking for the next one.
Well, maybe the next one will be one of the dumb, cool, weird guys here.
Possibly. We just had a guy, our most recent one, pretty local to us up here in New York, a couple towns over.
Yeah.
These two guys saved a dog from their neighbor's dog from a burning building. Like they kicked the door in and saved a dog. So it's going to be tough to beat.
That's pretty hard.
It is. That's pretty hard.
We got to go
And
start
people
fighting
love
crime.
dogs. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we do have a pretty cool wingman story. The same night we went to this bar over here called Church, we went into an all-black club, and this guy had like a bunch of really hot black girls grabbing his ass. So it was pretty good.
Oh, shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
it was a Bret the Hitman Hart T-shirt that did him in.
So it was pretty good. It was and it was really cool because the whole place accepted us like instantly. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I was in the bathroom, like one of them was like, it's like, yeah, have a good time, white boy, or something like that.
Yeah. No, he's like relax. He's like, relax, man.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Were you married then?
Oh yeah, I've been married for 5 years. I've been with the same woman for 11.
So I've been preaching this a little bit over in Wingman of the Year land over here, in the Wingman of the Year universe. A lot of men, especially ones that have girlfriends or that are married and whatnot, they don't think that they can be wingmen.
Oh.
I don't know if it's because they don't trust themselves or they're just like, oh, I'm married. I don't want to get in trouble with the wife. It's probably just that. But
Well,
they will not wingman for their boys. They're scared to do anything. They got their nuts clipped. And part of my brand's like, hey, you can grow up and you can be an adult and still have fun. That's baked into my brand as well.
Well, it's kind
a lot of guys are scared to wingman.
Well, it's like with him with the two foreign ladies. It was like I was playing dumb, so he can get in there real quick.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was cool. They were really cool to talk to, and they were definitely down to fucking party. It was just they were. I don't know. Nick disagreed with him on a few things, but he kind of kept it tame, even though they kind of had a bit of a disagreement. So he was pretty cool about that.
Well, the problem is this is why I don't get drunk anymore. Because the last time we went to a bar, apparently I was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, he was acting like Macho Man, pretty bad.
Okay, I like that.
Yep.
You sound like a guy I want to party with,
dude. Well, because we were quote unquote training for a Edward Forty Hands situation, and we were doing a podcast on wrestling. So, just channel in your Steve Austin and get through the beers, and then like I said, we were training, so I had the 22 ounces of Steel Reserve. So, I killed those really fast, like within the first 20 minutes or so of the show, and then. He was like, "Hey, you want something else?" And then he goes and he gives me like this. What was it? A watermelon, like a tall boy, like margarita thing.
Yeah, I was like, "It's time to drink again." And we passed it to him, and he chugged it. And by the end of that episode, he was messed up. And then we filmed a second episode right after that because my buddy that was here, he was down, and we wanted to make sure we got 2 episodes with him. And he was wasted by the time we got to the second episode, and he was just like. I don't know. He was just being really mean to my buddy in a fun way, and my buddy was laughing the whole time. We were laughing so hard at Nick because he was just really intoxicated.
Who gave me the bandana? Because I saw the video and I'm trying to figure out
Rory gave it to you.
Okay, well I don't remember what happened. I remember I ordered a cheeseburger at one point.
Yeah.
But then I remembered not having the cheeseburger.
Yeah, I had to drink your beer for you, dude, because you couldn't even finish your fucking beer, dude. You're so drunk, dude. You're wasted.
Dude, I think I went to the bathroom, and I almost locked myself in it.
Oh, that happens. Nobody ever said podcasting was easy.
No, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of beers, a lot of broken dreams, a lot of bad impressions of Macho Man Randy Savage.
But if you guys ever bring Wingman down here to Atlanta, we'd be glad to show you around and chill and stuff. So it'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I've never been. I'd love to.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta's pretty cool. We have a lot of really cool ass spots here. I'm sure your viewers would probably love to see some of ATL. So.
Yeah, I mean we got our local homeless guy down there.
Yeah, we got
still doing good.
Yep. So.
Still doing good. He's still fighting the good fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I think that'd be fun. Bring the microphone out, see what people say. Get some different optics down there.
Yeah, people down here will talk to you too. They'd love to talk. Like people are very vocal around here. They always got something to say.
Well, a reason we pivoted hard into these interviews are, that viral clip, like the fuck is it? The guy from Coney Island, dogs out here, or whatever. Bing Bong, that guy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
That was Coney Island. That was just a fucking homeless guy.
Oh,
that they
wow.
were interviewing.
I didn't know that.
So they just stick this microphone in people's faces, just ask him questions, and then I don't know. He's like, Joe Byron.
Byron. So I've only been to New York one time. I would imagine like living up in New York, you have access to a lot of different cool stuff. Because I heard like New York, the state has some really country ass places, but then you can go like right into the city where you have access to the city. So I think that's kind of cool that y'all have that up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people think New York is just all city, but I'm glad there is a lot of country out here.
Yeah.
Actually, we got the largest national park in the country, the Adirondacks. I don't know if it's the world, but definitely the country. The Adirondacks are absolutely huge. I grew up in the southern Adirondacks, so I live in Albany now, in the capital. So I'm still like 2 hours from like New York City and whatnot, but it's not a far drive to the country. So you get a little bit of everything on the border of Vermont and Massachusetts, so it's not far.
That's cool.
To the ocean and whatnot.
Yeah,
you get a lot of variety.
Yeah, the reason why I know so much about New York is because I wrote a short film recently about a year ago called Easy Dough. It's gonna be the way I'm gonna shoot it like a classical film noir set in the 40s, but the first part of the movie starts in New York City in the 40s, and then most of the movie takes place in the countryside of New York State. And so I had to do a little bit of research to come up. I forget the name. I came up with the name for the town that the guy lives in, coming from New York City. But it was like a very small. I looked up photos of it. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a small town that looks just because we have small towns here in Georgia too. And I was like, oh, that's perfect because like if we shot the small town part of it over here in Georgia instead of going up to New York and shooting it, we could make it match easy. So I had to kind of look around to see like small towns in New York, and like Nick, I'm telling you, like the small towns in New York could easily pass for like Gainesville or Oakwood.
I think that makes sense.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of country out here. People don't even understand. It's wild. So you guys are speaking in Atlanta. I'm obsessed with like The Walking Dead. How far are you from like the town that they filmed that shit?
So Sonoya, from where we are right now, is about 40 minutes, I'd say, something like that.
You ever been?
Yes, I dated a girl who lived in Sonoya, and she worked on the first couple seasons of The Walking Dead. And my buddy Brian was a producer's assistant on 3 seasons of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, something about that.
He knows everything about the show because he, being a producer's assistant, he kind of knows all the, the basically like all the facets of how they did the show. Most of the show is shot on film. Most people don't realize this, but the show is shot on 16 millimeter film. It's not even shot on digital cinema cameras. So,
oh wow,
that's why the footage looks so grainy in some parts of it, because when you shoot on film,
it works for it.
Yeah, it works. It works for the show.
AMC style.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they just stopped filming The Walking Dead, and so Sonoya is about to lose a lot of the revenue they've been making for the past like 10 years, and I kind of feel bad for that town a little bit because the only thing they're really known for is The Walking Dead. I mean, Norman Reedus has a house over there in Sonoya. I mean, my buddy has Norman Reedus on speed dial. I mean, I've talked to him about having Norman Reedus on the podcast actually.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have a lot of connections too. I've met a lot of people because I've worked on so many Netflix shows because Atlanta's a hub for the film industry because not only is The Walking Dead here, but Marvel lives here too.
Yep.
They live in Pinewood, and Pinewood Studios is right over here in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
And Fayetteville is right next to Sonoya, like literally right next to each other. So
Wow.
He said working on The Walking Dead, they would have to go to Pinewood Studios a lot to get supplies and equipment. And so my buddy was always doing business with the Marvel guys, going back to AMC, doing business with the Walking Dead guys. So there's a lot of stuff that always goes on here. I mean, you can ask Nick. I mean, even up where he lives, sometimes you'll see signs for productions going on. So, I mean, we're a production state. I mean, we have been for a long time. I mean, I've worked on 5 Netflix shows, a bunch of Tyler Perry stuff. I direct video. You ever heard of Emmanuel Hudson? Do you know who that is?
I don't think so. It might sound a little familiar though.
You ever seen you ever seen Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
So he's on that show. He's a comedian here in Atlanta. He had a really viral YouTube video back in 2012 that launched him into his career. It was Ratchet Girl was the name of the song, and then his next song was Why You Asking All Them Questions? Why You Asking All Them Questions? Where he's like riding his buddy's car. Okay. So I direct a lot of his content, and I met him randomly back in 2015, and we've been kind of working together ever since. And it's just a really good environment out here in Georgia when it comes to the film industry. It's not like LA. LA is very pretentious and snooty, and nobody wants to let you in. The production here in Georgia is a little bit more warm and welcoming. People want people to work, and they're starting to hire more locals versus having people come from LA to work out in here. So it's pretty cool. So
it works.
Yeah.
No, it almost sounds like, you know, in East Coast LA or up and coming, but you said not as pretentious. So that's really fucking sweet.
Yeah, more down to earth. I mean, I'm sure up in New York, y'all get a lot of productions over there in the city. You know, I know New York City is definitely a production state too. So.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I can't speak on it. I've never even been like to the Statue of Liberty or anything, but people that live in New York City have done that. But yeah, that's a pretty common thing. But Albany, I think there's been like a couple movies that have been filmed here recently. I think James Franco did something over here recently. Angelina Jolie shot that movie Salt here. I don't know if you remember that one.
I remember that.
Yep. That was all. There's a couple here, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
You know, Atlanta's number one right now, and when it comes to like outside of LA, number 2 would probably be the Louisiana or something. You know, I know they really like to shoot in Louisiana a good bit.
Yeah.
North Carolina's pretty decent too. So it really just depends on
what they're looking for.
I mean, you know, I know Chicago is a really good production state too. You know, people love the film industry loves using Chicago.
Another place is actually in my old country of Canada.
Yeah, I know Toronto has a huge production. So he's from Canada, actually, originally.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Hey.
What you talking about?
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I ran over your foot the other day.
The worst thing he hates is when people ask him about that show Degrassi.
Yeah, because it's like asking, oh, have you watched American football recently?
Or that the most famous American show, Friends.
Yeah.
So
you like that show?
No,
Friends,
I love Canada. I'm like where I mainly grew up in my younger 20s. I was 3 hours from Montreal, I think.
Oh, yep, and that's where I'm from.
I'm not too far from the border and whatnot, but I love my friends would probably tell you I'm a wannabe Canadian because all I do is drink Labatt Blue and I fucking love poutine.
Yeah.
Love it.
I really
that's funny.
Being from Montreal and everything, it's like when people say oh, I'm going up to Canada, I'm going to go up to Toronto. I'm like, forget it. Don't go up to Toronto. Just go to Montreal right now. It's going to be party.
Awesome. I've only been there.
I think it's like the perfect city if you're young and you want to party. And that's a lot of the people who talk to me. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go and party in Toronto. I was like, don't do that. You're gonna go to Montreal. It's gonna be better. There's gonna be a party all the time. I mean, I don't think so right now because they're still pretty big on the COVID lockdowns over there. But I remember being I think I had just turned I was 21, 22 years old, and we were up in Montreal. And my brother and I were just bar hopping throughout the whole city, and and no one bats an eye when they see a couple of guys just bar hopping through the city, and we could have gotten in trouble with my brother pissing on a wall.
Oh, that happens. I got that one friend too.
Well, and we did like a whole segment on that of like friends who pee or poop themselves.
Yeah, we released a clip today, and it was called "Friends Who Pee and Poop Their Pants." And actually, we got our first hater today because of that. Some guy like commented and said, "Oh, that was terrible. No wonder nobody watches your stuff." And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, dude, we only got started like 4 or 5 months ago. But anyway, I was just like,
Right.
I was like, oh, that's cool. Let's keep the hate going. I was like, do you want to be in our podcast? Because it seems like you have a lot to say about you pooping and peeing your pants.
Right.
So
it's like
no, that's good. People hating on stuff. It helps actually. Like on TikTok, and every time somebody comments, that means they're watching the shit all the way through, and it's gonna show it to somebody else because it's gonna show that engagement to the algorithm. So I love fucking hate comments. So controversy is good,
I feel like people who hate your content though are great for that exact reason. Is like they're like, oh, I hate this. You should watch it, so you could hate it too, and then we could talk about hating it together.
Yeah, keep my name in your mouth. It's keeps the algorithm going.
Well, it's kind of like with NWA when they cut in the biopic when they drop "Fuck the Police," and they're burning and breaking all their records. And Eazy-E's like, it's like they can believe whatever they want. They still bought those motherfuckers.
So Hunter, we gotta ask. We saw some of your questions, and one we want to ask about is the glacier thing.
The glacier.
What is up with that?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I don't believe in glaciers, okay? And see, I might get some hate for this, and I have, okay? I believe that the ice rocks exist, okay? That's not what I'm saying I don't believe. I don't believe in how they move. It should be how
Okay.
And for people that don't know, because half the people, the blondes at home, are going to be like, oh, icebergs. You don't believe in icebergs? I'm not talking about a fucking iceberg. I'm talking about fucking glaciers that formed our mountain ranges and shit, okay? They suppose giant blocks of ice, like blocks of ice that are as big as mountains, just sliding across land over thousands and thousands of years. How the fuck are blocks of ice moving? Could someone explain that to me?
Very slowly, from what I understand from geology class.
Okay, but how are they moving slow?
Plate tectonics makes things move really slow. I mean, that's just what I learned. I mean, I know the gist of it. I'm not a geologist, but I know like a little bit about.
Is it just hitching a ride on that plate?
It might. That's what it sounds like. Is like it's just kind of doing that. Like when we saw you don't believe in glaciers, we were like. We were kind of like we were a little bit confused. Like we were like thinking like does he just like not believe in the big blocks of ice that exist? Like how does this work?
Yeah, because he was just like I've seen glaciers. Like I've been to glaciers before, but like but what you're saying is it's not that you don't believe in the big blocks of ice. It's you don't believe like how they move and form. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah. People are making it sound like these motherfuckers are just up and walking.
Okay.
You know what? Then again,
from what other people try explaining to me, it's like, oh, the very bottom base of the glacier is melting and it's sliding. I'm like, get the fuck out! No fucking way. That thing would have to. I don't know.
I need like a lab coat scientist coming up and tell me something.
I would have to consult like a geologist or something on that because I don't.
I remember, when do we learn about glaciers? Is it like 4th, 5th grade or something?
I feel like that's a 4th grade lesson because they don't know what else to teach us.
Oh my god, I would never raise my hand back then. I was so fucking shy as a kid. I just remember that shit. I'm like, I don't understand these motherfuckers.
I mean, that's really the way you describe it. It's really not that bad. I mean, we did an entire episode about conspiracy theories, and the craziest one we talked about was the flat Earth theory. I mean, that was.
Oh yeah, I'm not like that bad. I'm like,
no,
I just want a really good explanation.
No,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but the people who believe in the flat Earth is like insane to me because
They're humble folk.
Because like
I want one on my podcast. Actually, I think that'd be fucking fire.
You know what's crazy is that when I was living in Jacksonville, North Carolina, they had the Flat Earther convention, and my wife and I were like, okay, it's $20. What are we gonna lose? And now looking back on it, I wish we went there and like pre-game because it was close to our house. It was like this would have been like a great opportunity to just kind of see like troll people.
That'd be a really great event for them to go to, for you guys to go to.
I was already thinking to bring the microphone. Anything like that, man. It's fucking.
Yeah, or like go out to Roswell, New Mexico, and go to one of their like alien conventions. That'd be fucking nuts too. You know, where people talking about getting anal probes and like beamed up and shit.
Now, when you say you got anal probed, are you sure you're not talking about an experiment you were conducting with your friend in a shack somewhere, where you guys were dressed up?
But I mean,
do you believe in glaciers?
Yeah, yeah. That's but I mean, you know, like I said, I you know, that's I don't like that. Like you're just trying to figure out how they can exist. It's you're not making a conclusion right away. You're just like, I want to know how this could work or why it works or what you want to know what the hell's like going on with it.
See,
people who believe in the flat Earth is just like they automatically just believe it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's like different, you know.
It's kind of like this new phenomenon on TikTok where there's one woman who's saying that the Roman Empire never existed.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Yeah, she really did this, but she's pissed off like so many historians whose life work is wrapped around studying the ancient Rome.
Wow.
And everything,
holy shit.
Everything that she mentions is part of like the Roman cultural experience where Rome would just adopt everyone else's culture, meld it into their own, and then it would no longer exist. It would now be considered Roman culture. And she was trying to say like, oh, well, this is why it doesn't exist. It's like, no, that's exactly why the Roman Empire existed, is because it consumed everything.
Yeah. I mean, they look what they did to the Greek, gods and goddesses. They just absorbed them and renamed
We're
them.
going to make them cooler. This one's going to be Mars.
Right.
And this one, it's going to be Jupiter. Huh. But that sounds, but it's based off of our gods, right? No. Yeah, but ours are cooler.
Well, I think it's pretty cool.
Much.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty cool that you have like a team of like six. You said 6 people that you like all together.
6 people and growing. Everybody's got different roles. Not everybody's just like doing the podcast like me. Some people are just podcast producers and whatnot. Some people get on camera more than others. But at the end of the day, yeah, we're a team. Trying to be full-time content creators, because our vision is, I think it's easier as a team, because I think there's a lot of people that want to be content creators, and it's super hard on your own, you know? I'm sure your guys' podcast is easier with doing it with both of you. You guys motivate each other, right?
Yeah, we do. And we also have we have a special guest that comes on every once in a while and works with us too. He hasn't been on in like a couple episodes, but yeah,
he's been busy.
He's been busy.
He's got stuff to do in hell.
Yeah, we call him Satan because he didn't want to use his real name, and he's a Jewish guy, so he loves to just be called Satan because he thinks it's funny and controversial and it'll piss people off.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Fucking Satan the third.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that you guys took the whole like wingman thing and have made it into some kind of like cool like the experience. And I honestly really like y'all's website. I think y'all designed your website pretty well. I was pretty impressed with that.
Thank you. I'll tell that to Max. He did the majority of the work on that, so he will be happy to hear that.
Yeah, because it's pretty cool.
On it.
It's pretty cool. I like it's very original looking. I like original shit. That stuff makes me happy. I hate going to a website and be like, oh, god damn it, it's the same fucking thing again, you know?
Right.
Everything's modular these fucking days. So
we're trying. That's like the 2.0 version. We constantly break things down, especially when they're not working, and rebuild them and see what is working. We're creatures of habit over here. Like, we'll study other people that are doing similar things, like what's working for them, what's not working for them, why are they standing out. Like, we study other creators, we study our own stuff, why it's not working, and like we're constantly talking. We're on the phone for hours every day.
You know, a really good city for you guys to visit too would be Panama City Beach here in Florida. Yeah. It's a big party.
Down there.
Yeah, it's a big party city. And
well,
what are you gonna say?
We get these sponsors coming in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to do a spring break thing.
Yeah,
every fucking year.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, we want to do something called a world tour. We want to go around the world. The Dumb Cool Weird like travels the world. We want to like go around the world talking to people about just ignorant ass shit, just funny ass shit that
The funniest part is we could probably get to Norway because I have a buddy who lives out in Norway.
Oh, that's good. We should go to Norway.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll call it the Dumb
That's
Cool
what's
Weird
up.
Invasion.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get banned from the country. They're gonna be like, you can't come back to this country anymore. It's like, why not? It's like, we just don't want what you got.
What you got is a bunch of degenerate stuff, and we're just trying to keep things nice over here. So can you leave?
I'll be like, well, you signed a release form. Too bad. And then we just dip out.
Yeah,
I think that's a fucking awesome idea.
I think my buddy is like cage fighting now.
Oh my god, over in Norway.
Yeah, out in Norway, it's
Oh my God.
that's one of his like things. So it's like we could literally go watch a bunch of people get punched in the face.
Yeah, I saw that you guys really like sports too.
Yeah.
Like a good bit. Like y'all are all about like sports culture and all that.
We've really steered our content away from sports because we used to do a lot more of it.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. It's so saturated.
Yeah.
Like I love sports. I don't watch as many anymore because I'm like all I care about is Wingman of the Year and
Yeah.
trying to get the content popping off. And it's more like the relationship shit that people like.
Yeah.
But so many people are doing sports. Like we used to try to tie it in our podcast and whatnot. Nobody gives a fuck. I realize nobody gives a fuck about me talking about like the New York Giants or something. Or so usually people don't want to hear me talk about myself even. So that's why we went.
You guys are really smart. Y'all were able to recognize that you have there's a problem with trying to do something like that, and you've kind of. I love it when people are able to recognize like something that's not working and they're able to correct it. Because the guy that we had the podcast, he's been trying to do a gaming channel for like 7-8 years.
7 years.
And it's just not working, and I don't know if he knows. And I've tried to talk to him about it, but it's hard to talk to him about it because it's like I talk to him about it, but he's not really actively listening when I'm telling him. It's just not working. And I don't think he understands that the gaming market really is saturated all to hell.
Well,
I mean, gaming is so saturated.
I think he's also married to
I mean, you got girls going over there on Twitch with their tits out.
Yeah.
They're sitting in hot tubs and doing it, and it's tough to compete with that as a guy. I mean, guys are at such a disadvantage. This is a woman's age now. I'm going to throw that out there.
Oh, very.
Like,
I totally agree with you.
It's unless you're jacked and tanned.
Especially in this space to be a content creator.
Oh,
because guys and girls care about girls. Nobody gives a fuck about guys.
Yeah, we actually have to think and come up with some really funny ass shit to like get people to want to watch it.
Yeah,
I think that's why Jackass was so attractive back in the day because those guys were a bunch of goofy looking motherfuckers, but we liked watching them because they were doing dumbass shit that is attractive, to like watch because it's funny.
Yeah, someone's like, let's push this cart down a hill and see where it goes. Now let's throw a bat at Steve-O.
Yeah, I call Jackass the very first YouTubers. That's really what they were.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good way to look at it.
Yeah, they were like the very first YouTubers. I mean,
Yeah.
they got started in the early 90s, and they were creating YouTube videos before YouTube was even a thing, And the funny thing is, me and my buddies back in high school, so I'm 33. How old are you, Hunter?
27.
27. Nick, you're
28.
28. So back when I was in high school, fucking YouTube was brand new. And
Yeah.
me and my buddies, we got together and we saw this YouTube thing, and I looked at him, I was like, we should make some videos because, I'm a filmmaker, and I still had that on my mind, and we were kind of like getting excited about it. And then my friend Phil goes, "Nah, that's not a good idea. Let's not do that. Let's focus on something else." Fucking dumb motherfucker, dude.
Phil, you're bringing the vibe down. You're out of the project.
Well, I wish we would have done it because if we would have started doing YouTube back then, we would all be pretty wealthy right now, So it sucks.
I mean, shoot, even when we were first in college, if we started doing YouTube, we would have had a chance.
I wish me and you could have got together and talked about that because the people I was trying to do that stuff with in college were just not motivated like me and you are.
And I mean, it's like it's really hard to find people who want to even set aside time to do this stuff. It's like we're always busy, and we still come down here.
And I think that's like the biggest problem with a lot of content creators is they always talk about let's do this, let's do that, and then they never fucking do it. And if they do it, they do one video, and then like months later, like they don't.
Well, yeah, the first video doesn't succeed, and then they want to and give up. And it's like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, you probably suck your first time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And and nobody knows who the fuck you are. Like, why the fuck should they be watching your video? I mean,
why should they care?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to give them a reason.
Yeah, you got to give them a reason to watch, and that's one of the biggest things I noticed with a lot of people I know. Like my friend, I was trying to create content with him, but like when we would create something, it would be really cool, and people would love to watch it, and we started building somewhat of a following. But then when I was ready to do more, I just don't think I can do it right now. And then months and months go by, and then they're like, well, let's do something now, and I'm like, I don't want to do it. And they're like, why? It's like, because I'm going to get my hopes up again, and we're not going to do stuff again for a while. And they're like, well, I get busy. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how busy you are.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be successful in life. I don't give a fuck how busy you are.
Dude, when you call me, like as many times that we call each other throughout the day, my wife gets pissed off. She's like, what are you guys talking about? You're always talking. You're always hanging out. I was like, no, you don't understand.
Dude, we're trying to build something, dude. What the fuck do you want? Like, we're trying to build an empire, dude. You have to work a lot. When you talk to these billionaires, that's what they tell you. They're always working all the goddamn time, you know?
I was like, I tell her, it's like, this isn't just like us like shooting the shit. Like we're like scheduling things. We're trying to figure out what the plan is for the week.
Yeah.
And sometimes she gets mad because it's like, you'll call when we're eating together, which sometimes I got to be like, hey man, let me just call you back real quick, because like, I'd rather get like you a little bit disgruntled than her angry at me.
No, I feel that.
But like most of the time, it's just us going back and forth.
I've learned when it comes to people, and you're trying to create stuff, most people who don't give a fuck what you're doing, but they'll be there at the finish line when you're fucking you make it. When you make it, they'll be there. Oh, hey, buddy.
I've been preaching this and banging the drum on this because we've actually started getting fucking traction and whatnot, and I see people like I've been getting random texts. They're like, "Oh, dude, hey, Wingman of the Year, it's going really well for you." And we haven't done shit. Oh, honestly, I'm never gonna be happy and like till we're fucking all full time. Mm-hmm. Everyone's getting full time paid and whatnot. Yeah. So I try not to like get caught up with the numbers and whatnot. But I could see people are starting to talk to me differently, and they're like taking it seriously. Like, oh, like you thought what I was doing was a fucking joke, and you thought I was an immature kid that just wants to talk to my buddies and drink beers. I'm like, no, like there's a whole fucking plan here. You've been sleeping on me. But what you said, the people that you know sleep on you more than anyone. Yeah. And like people I met on the internet support me more than people I know.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, right? Like you have a crowdfunding campaign where you're trying to get a few bucks from somebody, and people like your friends, your family, won't fucking donate to you. But then some random guy that lives in Ohio and is like Shaq will just throw you like $5 real quick. He doesn't even fucking know you, dude.
I really like what you guys are putting out there. Here's $100. Hey, if you guys like help us, we can really get this off the ground, Mom and Dad. We did
it's
economy.
It's a little steep.
Well, I heard it somewhere, but I keep saying this to like my guys and whatnot. The reason for that, the people that like you went to like high school with and shit like that, and like family, the reason they don't support like the people close to them is because they came from the same exact situations. Mm-hmm. You know, like if you want your high school friends, right? Yeah. They went to the same school as you, were dealt the same fucking cards, you know, maybe a little different, with childhood and whatnot. You came from the same fucking place, the same opportunity. The internet was always there. Yeah. So it's like jealousy. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. It's a self-reflection on them. Like if you're doing well and they're not.
Absolutely.
So that's what it is.
You know, and out of all the people I went to high school with, my buddy, one of my best friends from high school, became really famous. Not for the same for the reasons you went.
Not for the same reasons.
He became famous in the porn industry. He makes really, really good money, like top tier cash. But he's really famous, and he's like one of the most famous guys I went to high school with, and he just happens to be a really, really good friend of mine who does porn. And it's just funny because you're right. Like he had the same opportunities as everybody else at that school, and he somehow found a way to make it something work for him, you know?
Well, I mean, he also had the parts on that
out. He's like 6 feet, 6'4", 6'5", very handsome, has packing some serious heat downstairs.
That's some serious meat, my man.
So like, you know,
well, here, I'll tell you what. I'm 6'4". That's not all for all 6'4" men. It's not the same for me.
See, I'm 5 foot. I'm like 5'5", so I'm basically invisible to most people.
Yeah, and I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm like somewhere in the middle between you guys.
Did you? So you've done some content where we went to a porn convention, Exotica in New Jersey.
We saw some clips from that, and it was pretty funny.
Yep.
No, we're going again in October, and we're getting like a booth and whatnot. So it's gonna be
sweet,
fucking awesome this year. And now that we figured out our interview strategy, it's gonna be fucking awesome. We met some porn producers there.
Oh,
they have like a little. They got their own niche and whatnot. It's for like, bigger girls and whatnot. So, but we were talking to them, like
right up my alley.
He likes BBWs.
And we talked to them. I think we had like a call with them after, and we're just like, it's just networking and whatnot. And they told us that guy talent's harder to find than girls and whatnot. And they were like, it's not not based off the size of your dick. It's just like guys not being nervous enough and like being able to get it hard and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what? Getting a boner while people are watching is pretty hard.
I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could get hard unless I had like took a shit.
Wow.
What was that?
We have a little drum pad where we can like put little like sound effects and stuff in there. So so we got this little podcast. It's called the PodTrack P4. It basically it's made specifically for podcasting. It's pretty cool. You should check it out if you want to. I don't know what you guys use for recording your podcast, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
So
I'll definitely have to check that
So
out.
now I got a question. So are they? Do they even like care about the look of the guys for these videos too? Like how strict are their standards?
Well, obviously not. Look at Ron Jeremy, dude.
I think Ron Jeremy was grandfathered into porn. Like they were just like
actually
he's
when you look at young Ron Jeremy, he was actually not a bad looking dude.
And that's what I'm saying is like he was like grandfathered in. They're like Ron Jeremy look like trash now, but you were a beast back in the day, and so
y'all should get Ron Jeremy on.
He's in prison
on Wingman. Oh, he's in prison.
He raped people.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah,
Don't get him on the podcast then.
You know what? You have a better time getting Joe Exotic for a prison phone call than Ron Jeremy. I'm pretty sure Ron Jeremy might be dead in prison.
Maybe.
Just no one found him. Like.
Oh, by the way, we're at the 2-minute warning.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The warning. So just to try to wrap things up, you can we'll kind of close talking about Wingman. So where can people? So how can people get in touch with you, and what would you like people to do when they get in touch with you about when they want to deal with Wingman of the Year?
Yeah, so you can find us at wingmanoftheyear.com. You can search Wingman of the Year on any platform, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that. Or the handle, I think, is @WodieOfficial. Just type in Wingman of the Year. You'll find us. You'll see our logo and whatnot. Podcast is Wing It. But yeah, just when you find us, interact with us, send us a Wingman story. We can put you in for a Wingman of the Year nomination. Maybe you can win the hardware. There's other stuff, gifts from sponsors and stuff. So, get your story out there. I think it's a good platform for people to tell their story. So that's our call to action. I want to hear those fucking Wingman stories.
Well, cool.
Pretty awesome.
I actually have a few of those. I'll definitely have to do that sometime.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah, man!
I know you guys have a
podcast.
I know you guys have a podcast, so we can come on and talk about stuff like that sometime.
Yeah.
So absolutely, we'll get you on there, man.
Yeah, I got some really really interesting stories.
Definitely.
So
that's what we're in the business for, stories. That's what people love, right? That's what movie making's about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's about making interesting stories that people really want to watch. Like it's one thing I hate is when you go to a movie theater, you want to watch something and it ends up being stuff that you're not really that interested in. They're just pumping out the same crap over and over again. That's why I like really independent movies. Those are always the best because they tend to have stories I really am more interested in. But check out our website, www.dumbcoolweird.com. Go to our merch store. Check out our new thing. We have a link tree now. Go to linktree.com/dumbcoolweird, and we have everything in there with our social media, Rumble, YouTube links. We have our audio podcasts in there, as well as how you can support us. And for the love of God, please comment.
Please, even if you hate us.
Yeah, if you hate us, please. We need the hate. We got a hater today.
And just know that if you hate us, we will have you on the podcast.
Yes. You have no choice. You have to be on.
Yeah, if you hate us that much, you might have something to say.
Yeah. And Nick, sign us off.
Stay sexy, Atlanta.
Thanks for checking out the Dumb Cool Weird podcast. Go to our website, www.dumbcoolweird.com, to check out our merch and all our social media links. If you want to check out how to support us and our audio podcasts only, and an access to our website and all of our other links for our social media, go to linktree.com, which has Dumb Cool Weird podcast. The link is up below. Hope you guys will check us out. We have new content coming out every single Monday. We have new content coming out every single day. Check it for 9 a.m. Clips, reactions, whatever. We got it coming for you. Hope you come out, check it out. Stay sexy, Atlanta, and keep watching our crap.